Hey guys, what's up? BC coming back at you guys with yet another episode of BC Talks. This is actually going to be a very, very special type of because I actually have with me a very good friend of mine who I've known for a while. Very well respected cosplayer, or so I hear. Reddollcosplay.
Hi.
How you doing?
Can't complain.
Can't complain. Can't complain. That's good. All right, so basically, this is just an episode of BC Talks. We're basically going to be touching on a couple things within the specifically with the Transformers, the Power Rangers movie, because that's honestly the only thing Power Rangers wise I give a shit about right now, and just any other things that have really kind of spiked interest. I will be talking about a couple of the movies that came out this year as well, so striking up conversation. So to get started, I'm gonna do a quick screen share on this because Machinima has been talking nonstop about their Combiner Wars series that they are planning to release. And I have queued up the images, or at least the first images of. So as you can see here, we have a very badass shot of Windblade.
I like it.
Like just that looks badass.
It'd be better if it was Chromia.
It would be better. Here's a little shot of Menasor, which so far the animation style they're going with, from what I understand, this is actually in no way, shape, or form the final animation style. It could be a bit more polished up once the series actually comes out. But for what we're getting so far as their preview stage, the animation for this is absolutely gorgeous. For a web series, I am psyched. I cannot wait until this comes out.
I'm certainly intrigued.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming that this is just going to be just a random troop.
Look,
I highly doubt this is an act. Like you could clearly tell the body's Windblade, but just I don't think it's actually supposed to be like a legitimate character. It's supposed to be like some kind of what do you call it?
like a Viacon?
Like a Viacon, yeah.
It makes me think of Windblade because if you look, you can see like the little marking around the optic. So
yeah, I definitely don't like. I'm not gonna just peg it off as it's not Windblade immediately because there's no actual confirmation as to who this character is as of right now, or so I believe.
Looks cool.
Yeah, and then you got another shot here where it looks like she just got done wrecking fools. I remember her from the comics. I don't give a shit what anybody has to say. She's badass.
She is pretty cool. Not my personal favorite, but she is really cool.
And this is just an image of her in jet mode flying through space.
Snazzy.
Snazzy, yeah, exactly. Anyways, okay, I'm not usually all that big a fan of Starscream designs. I don't know what it is about this, but I absolutely love the way this turned out. I don't know what it is about the overall just the overall shape of just the way they designed him this time. It looks so fucking good.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's very G1-ish.
Yeah, it feels like the original G1, and I really love that.
Going back to the basics, I like it.
Yeah, it is going back to the basics a little bit. Clearly enough, all these little markings right there, which again, as far as I know, these are just preview shots. These aren't the final looks of the animation and the characters. Though if this actually stays throughout the series, I would not mind at all because that looks awesome.
Me either.
So yeah, that's basically all there is with that. And of course my camera went off. Come on. There we go. So yeah, there's as far as plot details go, I don't really know much as of right now, but they are releasing prelude videos for the Combiner Wars series so far, which I don't know if you've seen it yet, but the first one he's talking about, how he's no longer the commander, he's off doing his own thing. And after his last encounter with Megatron, shit got real, and plot-wise, we can already tell this series is going to focus mostly on Windblade. Which, given the fact that they're actually sticking to the comics for this, I'm perfectly okay with that. And honestly, like, I'm gonna say this right now, I'm happy that we're getting a series where Bumblebee is not in it. Finally!
I would like to see Sunstreaker in something at some point.
We might actually see him because, from what I understand, Combiner Wars released a Sunstreaker figure, and since this is Combiner Wars, and they have shown Computron in one of the images, it's very likely we're going to see Sunstreaker. We're going to see Ironhide. We better fucking see Prowl.
I agree.
I'm going to be pissed if we don't see Prowl. Like, oh my god, I'll be pissed if we don't see Prowl. But yeah, like, there's all those characters. Like, I'm hoping we're, like, some of them, I won't be as mad if we don't see them. I'll be mostly pissed if we don't see Prowl, but, you know, like, just personally, of that whole wave, Prowl was my favorite figure. Because, fuck what you heard, he looks awesome. Now, as far as, you know, I've been sitting here talking. How do you feel about the show so far, if you've been keeping up with it? Yes, you. He looks so confused.
I kind of zoned out, you know, checked out for a second there.
Okay, well, do you want me to repeat what I said, or?
Sure.
Basically, what I'm saying is, like, if you've been keeping up with updates on the Machinima Combiner Wars series, where do you stand on it so far?
I've not kept up with it too much, but from what I have seen, I am excited and interested to see what it was. Hopefully it'll be better, in my opinion, than Robots in Disguise, which from what I've heard is supposed to be a little more for the adults. From what I've heard, I don't know if that's true or not.
That is actually true. Combiner Wars is supposed to be aimed more towards us, the actual long-time fans, instead of the people who are into Robots in Disguise, which, you know, I have the figures from Robots in Disguise. I, in no way, shape, or form, am going to bash on it, even though Season 2 is fucking garbage.
Like, I've not really watched Robots in Disguise like that, because you went from Transformers Prime, which had a very dark tone to it a bunch of the times, and I like Transformers Prime, personally. I know a bunch of parents and people were just like, it's too violent, it's too dark. It's an alien race who have been having this civil war for the longest time. Of course it's going to be violent.
Of course it's going to get violent. Like, you gotta understand that.
Are you serious?
Exactly. Like, are you seriously going to sit here and expect Optimus and Megatron to shit on a rainbow at the end? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, no. Like, whatever. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, they went from something that was so dark and gritty but so well written to that.
To this little piece of bleh.
Like, Season 2 had one fucking job: to bring in Soundwave and have him be badass and yet he lost to Bumblebee. What?
To the Scout.
Who is supposed to be the quote-unquote leader. Yeah, that face was mine. Exactly. Like, just, bruh.
No, not amused. I like Bumblebee personally. He is overdone in a lot of the series. I get it because, little kids like him. But
it's like, come on, give the guy a break.
Yeah.
Like, if he dies any other series after Robots in the Skies, personally, I'll be jumping for joy. But that's just me.
You just can't kill Sideswipe, Sunstreaker, or Prowl because those are my personal favorites.
And yeah, like, kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent. They're going to give us a Combiner Wars Sunstreaker, but they ain't going to give us Combiner Wars Sideswipe.
They're twin brothers! What the hell?
Like, literally, I sat here like, really, Hasbro?
Thank you! Like, they're brothers, and they've not been in anything since, like, I can't remember when, but, like...
The last time they showed up in toy form was Classics 2.0. And I can personally testify to that because I had both of the figures. They were one of, if not the best overall mold for Classics 2.0 because of the fact that they were essentially the same toy that transformed differently to get two different characters. It was geniusly done.
Like, I fell in love with Sideswipe and Sunstreaker back with Transformers G1, and they've been a favorite of mine ever since.
Exactly, and like I fucking love them. And what also pisses me off is they're gonna have Sideswipe in fucking Devastation. Where the fuck is Sunstreaker?
Yeah.
And then like, what really gets me is when you're playing a Sideswipe and you're running around in the Proud Star, where the Proud Star kind of reads into their future and shit. Mm-hmm. When the Proud Star's talking about Sideswipe's future, he's just like, have you been talking to my brother? Because you kind of sound like him. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. You're going to sit here and reference him yet not actually put him in.
Thank you. Thank you once again.
Just goddamn. But anyways, enough of that.
Enough ranting.
Yeah, enough ranting on shit that doesn't really matter. Combiner Wars series. Getting back on topic. I think that we're in for a treat with this. I love the animation style they're going for. I love the series they're taking for inspiration to do the series. Just overall, and like they have extremely strong characters. Not just extremely strong characters, they have strong lead characters. So I can already tell this is going to be fun. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I lost my words anyway, so.
But yeah, like just overall, I cannot wait to see what Combiner Wars brings to the table. I truly cannot wait.
I'm curious, and I know that I'll be watching it personally.
I'm gonna binge it. Like I am literally going to wait until it drops, and then just like binge watch through the whole fucking thing in a single day.
I'll probably do that too. What am I talking about?
I was about to say, don't even try and call me out on that shit. I know you'll do the same fucking thing. Oh, God. Oh. Anyways, moving on. Power Rangers news. The all-new cast is supposed to be making an appearance at San Diego Comic-Con. This is supposed to be 2017's MMPR people. Yeah, she's sitting here excited. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up wiping that smile off her face. Because I have a few things I got to say about this.
I'm mainly smiling because you know me. I'm huge.
Yes, I know you.
And so
You're a fucking Power Ranger, not exactly. I understand that, which is why I keep saying, you're probably not gonna like what I have to say about this. Basically, if you guys remember the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Coco Power Rangers.
Exactly, cue theme song. Fucking Zach the Black Ranger, Billy the Blue Ranger, Jason the Red Ranger, all that.
Trini.
Trini.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. But yeah, Trini in this movie is going to be a Latina. This one, I'm not as upset about because originally when they were casting the characters for NMPR, they were going to have a Latina play the Yellow Ranger. But then something happened and they ended up taking the Asian.
Yeah, I like Trini, so I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah, so I'm not going to complain. But here's my problem. It's a Latina girl with an Asian name. She's going to legitimately play Trini. What?
Got a point.
I mean, I have nothing to say about Kimberly and Jason. I'm perfectly content with who's playing them. Here's where I draw my fucking issue. Okay.
I know what's coming.
They got a fucking black dude playing the Blue Ranger. In the original, he was the Black Ranger. And they got an Asian playing the Black Ranger. Why?
That's what they wanted?
Well, they wanted this or not. Just why? Like my inner nostalgia is raging at this.
The original, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers seem to be okay with it, so maybe it'll be good. Maybe. We can hope. Possibly.
No. Anyway, all jokes aside, personally, I have my issues with that, but I'm not going to write it off as this is going to be a bad movie just because they didn't hit a certain mark with me. Speaking of that, they have not decided who is going to be the voice actor for Goldar.
Why not just get the old Goldar back? I'm sure he would like to. He's still kicking.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure he'd love to as well. But here's the thing. If they were going to pick somebody that, if they weren't going to take him, we're going to have somebody else do it, please, for the love of God, pick Frank Welker.
I support this.
For the love of God, pick Frank Welker.
I support this whole...
Anybody who knows, I'm pretty sure at this point everybody knows who he is. But for those of you who don't, I'm going to educate you real quick. For us longtime fans of Transformers, he is and always will be the original Megatron.
Yes.
Half the fucking voice cast. But yeah, if they're gonna pick anybody for Goldar, let it be Frank Welker or anybody else who could more than pull that off. Because somewhere along the area, I've heard that Corey Barton was one of the people they would want to do it. I've heard people say Troy Baker. I know, just like you, I've heard people say bring the original guy back.
Mm-hmm.
Which, the two I'd be most happy with is the original and Frank Welker. Those two specifically. If you get either of those two, I will be happy. And if you don't give me any of those two, give me Hugo Weaving.
Yes, make Elrond do it.
But yeah, as far as all that goes, Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa. I'm going to let you go first on this one.
No.
Come on.
No, just my answer about my whole comment rant thing is just no. No, just no. I don't like it. No. Just dump that one in the garbage and start again.
Okay.
Well, the costume doesn't even look anything like Rita Repulsa. I know they want to modernize it, but you could have done some like homage to the original.
For fuck's sake, she looks like Poison Ivy.
Yes, she does. Thank you.
Like literally, when they did the big reveal of Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa, I literally looked at this, didn't even realize it. I went, "Oh, that's a really cool looking Poison Ivy cosplay. I like what they're doing with this." I look at the caption: 2017 Rita Repulsa.
Hell no. I ranted for so long about that when I first found
it. Yeah, because I mean on Facebook, you and I got into a heavy ass debate over it. Because I mean, like,
who would want the Madonna, boob cones, in 2017? And I'm like, I get that. I'm not saying, you gotta have boob cones that stick out to here, but you don't have to have the funny rich hair either, but
make her look more like at least do something where she actually looks like Rita.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with that. There is a theory going on with the colors of her costume. We are starting, there are people who are actually thinking either at the end of the actual movie or some kind of after credit scene because Saban himself, Haim Saban himself, he plans to do 6 or 7 movies. So yeah, he's hoping this is gonna succeed. I'm hoping it's gonna succeed myself. But we only have this first movie to go off of. And it's not even out yet. So we're waiting very patiently at this point to see what it's gonna bring to the table.
I pray it's not garbage. Please don't let it be garbage.
It better not be garbage. Please, for the love of God, do not let it be garbage. Bearing all this in mind.
Oh crap.
Here's a theory that has been going on, and honestly, personally, I think this might actually work. If you notice, the colors of her costume is dominantly green and gold.
Mm-hmm.
What if, as some kind of after-credit scene, she decides to take most of her power and fuse it into a little coin? To make the Green Ranger power coin, and her costume fades from that green and gold to a very stark brown. And then for the next movie, we get the Green Ranger. Which, those suit designs, I need to see what the Green Ranger is going to look like for that.
I'm sure there's some fan art somewhere of that.
I'm pretty sure there is too, but see it.
I've seen White Ranger, but I've not seen the Green Ranger.
White Ranger, I'll wait on White Ranger. To be completely honest, I'm gonna wait a little while for the White Ranger. Give me, for at least the first 3 movies, give me one movie where it's just a straight 5, and then the after credit scene. Give us the look into the Green Ranger. Second movie had the Green Ranger fight the Rangers, but at the end of the movie he becomes good. But then the after credit scene, we get a look at Zed. And then for the third movie, have the Green Ranger powers disappear, but they somehow still win. And then the after credit scene shows the
white light.
The procedure of making the White Ranger. Make it a build-up process. Do what Marvel's doing. Hey, if you're listening to this, please do this like Marvel does. Plan this ahead. Make sure you have a battle plan for all these films. If you're planning to do this much, you need to have a battle plan. If you're just gonna wing it, you're gonna fail.
Hey, I don't know. Some people are good at winging it. I mean, some people are. I mean, most of my costumes, I wing it and make it in one night. And I'm just like, oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, and then there's me who's sitting here struggling trying to make a fucking Punisher cosplay.
Punisher's not hard unless you're going for something unique.
Honestly, at this rate, I'm actually trying to do the ammo belt where I'm going to paint the middle white.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I'm actually wearing the skull shirt,
mm-hmm.
the skull kind of bleeds through the bullets.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm going for mine. And then of course I got to get the gloves, the actual shirt, the vest.
Yeah, like for gloves, I would get something. I know you can get them at like costume shops. I think you get it in this bag somewhere. Huh, no, I don't. Why would I? I was gonna show you something, but I can't find it, and I'm not hunting yet because I have too much cosplay crap. But they're like fingerless gloves. They go up to like right there, but they have like armor on top, but it's rubber. But it looks really good, especially if you paint it, because the paint job's just kind of solid. Like
I know exactly what gloves you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, I can actually pick those up at the what's the army shop again? The army surplus store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can pick up those gloves. I can basically pick up everything I need for the Punishers at the army surplus store. I just gotta find time to actually go to the fucking store.
Like, I don't know if you've seen my Batgirl, but I used a pair for my Batgirl.
Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
A lot of people.
Like, you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
Twitter.
I didn't even know you were on Twitter.
Tumblr.
Do we need to have a little bit of a conversation?
No.
Well, anyways, getting back on topic with all of this, the overall, like, just please, like, if they're gonna do this, do it right. Moving on. Personally, I'm stoked for this. Bryan Cranston as Zordon.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think he's going to fucking rock that role.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, I've seen him do a lot of other movies before Godzilla and such.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good fucking actor. Like, his performances are ones that, like, amongst a cast who are absolute garbage, he's the one that shines as the actual good one.
I guess. I don't know. I'm used to Zordon, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I just, like, these roles, I can't see any other people playing, really. And I'm just like, Zordon, man.
Yeah, I can understand that, but it's already been decided who is going to be Zordon, and personally, I have no issues with who we ended up getting for Zordon. I'm perfectly okay with it. I have no problems with it.
I wonder if they're going to have Alpha in it, in the movie.
They have to.
Yeah,
they have to.
Zordon, you got to have Alpha.
Exactly. If you're going to give us Zordon, give us fucking Alpha. Seriously.
I mean,
But yeah, basically, that's basically, as far as I know, all the news we have for the Power Rangers movie so far. We don't know about any more monsters. We don't know anything else about, like, we don't even know if they are going to just blatantly confirm that the Green Ranger's showing up at some point. All we know so far is the original 5. It's Zordon, it's Rita, it's Goldar. Now, here's something I want them to do. Actually, put up signs that make you believe Angel Grove is real. Give me an actual legitimate Angel Grove. and then the command center, all that. Like, there's so much that they still have yet to truly like give us details for. But I can tell they're waiting, they're waiting it out because bear in mind, the Power Rangers movie right now has to be able to not only compare but compete with two big movie industries, succeeding, and one that is sorely trying to succeed. That being DC and Marvel. Marvel in the movie industry right now is kicking fucking ass. Like, half the time, people don't even want to see all these other random ass movies that come out throughout the years. Everybody's more excited for the Marvel stuff.
I don't know.
Why? Because everything is done right. Okay. But yeah.
I think Suicide Squad will kick ass though.
Suicide Squad is going to be amazing. If they do it right, it's going to be amazing. I got to put that down right now. They have to have handled this movie right. Because if we end up going to this movie and we end up severely disappointed, I'm going to give up on the DCU altogether.
I have to agree because Batman versus Superman for me was just The best thing for that movie for me was Wonder Woman. Like when she came in and started just when she came in, she was epic. But that was it.
When she showed up, she kicked ass. Like, come on.
Oh yeah. But other than that, it was To be honest, I was bored most of the time with Batman versus Superman. Like, again, it's supposed to be a prequel for Justice League, but
They should have done a Batman movie that was actually going to relate to this.
Yeah. And to me, it was more of a Batman movie than like wasn't it supposed to be like a Superman, like 2 type deal too? And I don't know.
It was supposed to be a Superman 2, a Batman origin story, and a Wonder Woman cameo type deal, which let's throw in fucking Aquaman and the Flash and Cyborg for extra credit.
There was also like the Green Lantern too, if you caught it.
Yeah, Green Lantern's in there too. I gave up on Green Lanterns a long time ago. I gave up so long ago.
Don't give up on Hal. Don't you want to see that animated suit again?
Hell no. It's like Ryan Reynolds said, just don't make the super suit green or animated. Oh my god, it's like sitting here trying to tell me to take sides, Star Wars and Star Trek. I'm not taking a side.
Hey Josh.
What? Damn it. Anyways, so what's all that I said? That kind of reaches into what I wanted to get into next. Everything that's going on with Marvel and DC right now. Batman vs. Superman, personally, I liked it. Despite everything that was actually kind of stuck out as why did this make it into the final cut, overall, I liked it. Really good movie. I felt it was done the way it needed to be done. What I didn't like was the fact that they were trying to throw in so much. Like here's the thing. With Marvel, they paced themselves. They did movie after movie before they bunched it all together and threw it in. Because before we got Avengers, we got 2 Iron Man movies. We got a Hulk movie. We got a Thor movie. And we got a Captain America. Which within those movies, Hawkeye and Black Widow made a cameo appearance. So at this rate, we already knew who all these characters were. So that when they gave us the Avengers, we knew who these characters were. We fully understood who they were. What they could do, everything that about them. Like just the way Marvel handled it was correct. DC said, you know who Superman is. You can tell who Batman is because of the costume. Here's Wonder Woman for the sheer sake of we need a female. And here's like 3 cameo appearances that are only gonna last for like 5 minutes. Like, I don't give a shit who you are. If you saw that and immediately just after like, okay, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Because we don't know we had one Superman movie to be able to actually kind of draw people in. And even then, that didn't really draw people in. People went to go see BVS. Like, this is coming from one of the guys. Like, I will say this flat out. As a mostly Marvel guy, I was fucking excited for this. And a lot of my excitement and expectations just went down the fucking drain. But of course, that's mostly my fault because I have my expectations so high. That is entirely my own fault.
Like, so, I was pumped for BVS. Like, I couldn't even contain my excitement when we went to see it. And then I watched the movie, and I'm just like, halfway through, I'm just like, is this going to pick up or something?
It's like, just despite the many issues I had with BVS, I actually enjoyed it. I think it's a good movie, and I think it's worth a watch. Bear in mind, I said a watch.
A watch, not multiple, because I wouldn't.
Because, I mean, like, yeah, if you're going to do it, like, if they have enough movies to the point where you can actually kind of justify a DCU marathon, then yeah, watch it then. Start with Man of Steel, then BVS, then whatever movies come out afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, in that case, fine, whatever. Marvel, on the other hand.
Marvel, I'll watch any of their movies over and over and over again.
Exactly, any of those movies. Like, I could go back and watch the original Iron Man and have no issue. Like, that is how good Marvel is at their movies at this point. I was never a fan of Thor. I was never a fan of Captain America. I went to go see the movies, and I became fucking fan.
I love Thor, and I love Cap. Not that, you know, me and Cap share the same name or anything, but...
I'm just going to sit here and stare at you like, really? You had to go there?
Yeah, I did. I mean, Steve Rogers. His name's Rogers.
Yeah, and even though, like, even though here on Google, we can clearly see, like, your name, like, right there. So anyways, if you could give me just a moment, my throat is killing me, so I'm gonna go get a drink.
Want some lemonade?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, please. Give me a drink. Better. Anytime. It'd be good on the cheese.
I could just be super perfect. Gesundheit. And I just realized I was looking at the mirror, which one kind of could be. Hey, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so since we were already kind of poking into it a little bit, the overall, like, is released up to now, which up to now we have the latest movie, I believe, is Civil War.
Yes.
And overall, like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is a dead obvious question. How did you feel about Civil War?
Oh, it was amazing. Like, it is my current favorite movie right now. I've seen it like 5 times already.
Okay, I loved everything Marvel has done so far. Starting from Iron Man all the way up to Civil War. Like, just the way everything connects together. Like, the way everything molds together so well. Really, like, just makes me look at these movies and go, these had to have been planned. For years, you can tell these have been fucking planned.
Marvel? Yeah.
Exactly, and just at this rate, I don't like. I'm waiting for them to have that one bum movie. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for that one movie that gets hyped up so hard, twice as hard.
No.
Well, you know what they say. What goes up must come down.
True.
So eventually, Marvel is gonna slip up, but I can guarantee you, once they slip up, and they're gonna be right back at the fucking top.
As long as they don't flop with Avengers Infinity War, we're cool.
If they flop with Infinity War, I'm going to be pissed.
I will cry.
With Infinity War, I will be fucking pissed. Like, I will legitimately be fucking pissed.
I will cry so hard.
Why? Why do you fail us, Marvel?
I looked up to you and I expected big things, and you gave me this pile of garbage.
But yeah. That's kind of leading to what I was going to go into next. The next Marvel movie to come out is Doctor Strange. Before I start going on my tangent,
I just seen the trailers and I have high hopes for it. It looks really good. I can't say that I'm a huge Doctor Strange fan, like personally from like the comics and stuff, but the movie looks really good. And so it's got me a little curious about his character. It makes me want to go, scrounge around and read up on him. So.
get you to ask the question, who is Doctor Strange?
Doctor Who? I had to. It was there. I had to.
I know.
I mean, you kind of opened that door wide open for me, and I
know. So, with that said, I'm actually super excited about Doctor Strange. I love what they're doing with it. This is literally Marvel superheroes meets Inception. I'm loving where this is going. And then I believe the movie that's coming after Doctor Strange is going to be
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I believe, yes. I believe. I don't know. I believe, but I don't know.
I think so.
Oh, yeah. With how everything has been coming together so far, I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange. I'm looking forward to everything that Phase 3 has to offer at this point. But here's my thing. Avengers Infinity War. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but Avengers Infinity War does it not include characters like Daredevil, Blade, Ghost Rider?
Oh, we were wrong. We were wrong. Gambit is supposed to come out before Doctor Strange, from what I've heard. But then again,
Actually, I heard they canceled it.
What?
Yeah, apparently the Gambit movie that was coming out, they canceled it.
No, why? I wanted to see the Raging Cajun, man.
Put it on hold.
Yeah, I heard something about Channing Tatum quit the movie too, or something. Because I was about to say, why, it was supposed to come out, and then I'm just like, well, why haven't we heard much about this?
I don't know. But fact is, Marvel's handling the movies pretty decently well. High hopes for Avengers Infinity War, and I'm pretty sure all my expectations are going to be met. I have high hopes for Doctor Strange. I'm pretty sure they're going to be met. Now let's go into something that I feel is going to be like literally, it had me screaming, they finally did it right in the fucking movie theater. You probably already know where I'm going with this. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming, I've already been hearing so much about the movie so far. Because for one, fuck off. For one, it's going to include Captain America and Iron Man. And it's going to have, and from what I've been hearing, there are two possibilities for a villain. One, I'm hoping is actually true because we kind of got a glimpse into what it might look like with Civil War. And I think I think one of the possibilities, which it's starting to look like it, the villain might be Vulture.
I've heard some stuff for like Carnage or something.
Exactly, and also we've been hearing shit about possibly Carnage. Which, if we get Carnage, fuck yes! Like, the symbiote that bonded with somebody who is clinically insane. Like, that's perfect! That needs to happen!
Yes, it does.
And if it does, which also bearing all this in mind, Sony is already planning on doing a solo Venom movie. That face though. But yeah.
I would be okay with that.
But yeah, you heard me right. A solo Venom movie. Guys, please. Bring it. Bring me a solo Venom movie. Just bring it over. Give me a solo Venom movie. Give me a solo Venom movie and I'm satisfied.
Negative, Major.
So bearing all this in mind, with all this stuff that we got coming out, where do we actually fully stand? As far as the Venom movie goes, we haven't heard anything else. We heard the announcement. That's it. As far as that Venom movie goes, we heard an announcement and that's it. As far as, say, the Sinister Six, because that was supposed to happen as well, we got an announcement. That was it. Spider-Man Homecoming, we got all this stuff for the actual film itself. They're actually filming it right now.
Yeah, I tried to get in as an extra on that, but...
You tried, but... Exactly.
Hey, that's understandable. I could have been in Civil War, but I had to be sick. Cry. I was supposed to be in the scene where RDJ is at, like, the college or whatever. I was supposed to be in that scene.
Oh! I would have been losing my shit, too.
What are you talking about? I would have been losing mine.
I would have been sitting there watching this scene like, there she is. I see you.
I would cry, literally. But hey, there's a lot more superhero movies coming out, a lot more chances. So.
Yeah, and honestly, like, given the fact that I'm writing scripts for my own movies, and I'm gonna try and handle it like how Marvel does, where I'm kind of gonna plan everything ahead of time, and then I'm gonna start filming everything, and just kind of do a whole lead up to the big crossover moment. I have a lot planned. Let's just say that.
I look forward to it.
But yeah, moving on. Something that I'm kind of dreading talking about right now. Transformers 5. Yeah, I know, the Transformers guy not really looking forward to the 5th movie. Hear me out. One, based off what we've been hearing about the story, this story is crap. If you're supposed to be handling this the Marvel way, why are you starting off so horribly? Because the 5th movie is just supposed to start out the TFU, the TFCU.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's supposed to kick off. And at this rate, just please, for the love of God, please, do this right. Do this right. Really look at this script and ask yourself, is this going to look good in the films? Is this going to make us look good? Because I can guarantee you, the answer on that is no. Like, it's moments like these that really make me want to do my own movies. Because, like this is all a separate tangent that I will go into on, like, a BC rant or something. But overall, with where they're going with TF5, where apparently they're going to be introducing magic into the story.
Ew. No. Why? Why you do this to us, Michael Bay?
Why you do this? And, like, the saddest part is, I give him so much shit, but it's not 100% Michael Bay's fault. He's just a director.
True. You got the story writers and stuff to blame, too.
It's mostly the story writers that we have to blame. Like, the story writers were great with the first movie. The second movie, they flopped hardcore. The third movie, they kind of started to get their mojo back. Fourth movie, personally, they fucking rocked it with the fourth movie. Age of Extinction was badass. I don't give a shit what anybody has to say.
But when Transformers 2 came out, wasn't that when all the Hollywood movie writers were going on strike or something?
Yes, and that has a lot to do with it too. I will bear that in mind, but at the same time, you have people there who will read these scripts and tell you this is a bad script. Rewrite it.
Maybe they just didn't care.
Even the actors are supposed to have some form of say when it comes to the script. Because I know damn well I would have looked at that script myself. I read that whole fucking thing. I would literally walk right into the fucking screenwriter's room and slam that shit on the desk and be like, what the fuck did you just give me?
Is this some kind of joke?
Exactly. I sit here, slam that fucking bitch on the desk. Is this some kind of fucking joke? Are you fucking for real right now? But that is just me.
They need to stop with all the humans. I mean, if you're gonna do humans, personally, stop with the comic relief characters and the eye candy and bring in people who are actually important to the storyline if you're gonna be on Earth. Like, I believe Will Lennox and Robert Epps are kind of essential to the storyline since they are with the military. Bring back Maggie Madison from the first movie, the hacker. And, like, she hacked that crap and she was a badass, so... But instead, you have characters like Sam Witwicky and, And like Leo from the second one, we don't need these ditzy comic relief characters. Give us people who are actually do something meaningful.
Exactly. Like,
I mean, Mark Wahlberg's character, Cade, I mean, he helped, Optimus, but other than that, I don't see where he was very much essential to anything.
for 3 more movies.
Oh, yay, us.
Honestly,
if he's
I enjoyed Cade Yeager myself.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed him too, but, I'm not bashing any of these characters because I did laugh at Sam. I liked him. But enough is enough. You need to stop with all the humans and focus on what the movie is about. The Transformers.
The fucking robots! Exactly!
Oh, the big giant robots! I mean, you got giant freaking robots.
Like, motherfuckers, that's what we want to see! We want to see robots beat the shit out of each other! Don't give us humans!
Humans who are sitting there and, in danger of getting squished and stuff. Like, squish them!
Which I do have good news about that. Sort of.
Hmm?
We are getting an origin story movie. We are. Except the origin story is for Bumblebee. Le Sai.
Can we have an Optimus origin story instead?
I love an Optimus origin story, but I don't see how it's gonna work. Personally, I want them to do a fucking Leo movie.
I mean, I've read like Transformers Exodus and Exile, so like I kind of like know Bumblebee's past and Optimus's and stuff like that. But I still want to see the movie.
Exactly. Give us a fucking movie about Exodus. That's gonna be a fan-fucking-tastic movie.
Yes, it would. We can dream, right?
We can dream. There's no doubt about it. We can dream. But at the same time, please give live-action Exodus movies.
I would love that. I would love that.
I mean, hell. One of my buddies who is working on a stop motion based off of Exodus. I'm playing quite a few of the characters in it. I am one of his voice actors for that series. I'm Magnus, Crosshairs, Drift. Like everything he's done so far, yeah, he kind of breaks away from the book a little bit, but so far he's staying accurate to what we saw, or at least to what we read in the book.
Yeah.
Which is why it's fucking brilliant. I mean, like, I love the guy to death, but animation-wise, he's still got a long way to go. But overall, I'm not giving a shit about the animation so long as his story is good. And his story is fucking solid.
That's good.
And the whole thing with my fucking stop motion, I got that on a massive halt because I'm trying to make sure it's all written. Anything until it's written.
Yeah.
So
like, I was just gonna say, like, I'm doing another voice acting for like a project of my friends, which right now he wrote out a full script for what we're going to do, and I'll be using one of my characters in it, and his Transformers will write it out. But he writes the story out first before he even worries about anything else. So.
Exactly, and like as far as I know, I'm doing the same thing as well. But either way, what I'm getting at here is, for a movie that's supposed to be Transformers related, why are you throwing in magic? Like, I understand the whole thing with Merlin. That's continuity accurate. That is 100% continuity accurate. I full get that. But for fuck's sake, if it means we have to sacrifice continuity accuracy, I'm all for it. Please, no magic. Please.
Yeah.
Rant over. As far as my first thing that I have that I draw issue with. My second thing I draw issue with, fucking Squeaks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody saw that one coming.
He's cute.
He is a rejected GoBot. Thank you, TFA 1024, for that one. Like, just seriously. I hope that there is an actual reason why Squeaks is there. But as of right now, Squeaks is just there. And that's literally all he is right now. He's there.
Well, we haven't seen the movie, so we don't know his purpose or why he's there.
Exactly. So, like, as much as I want to hate him, I can't because there's nothing backing him up yet. There's nothing backing up why I hate him yet. And it bugs me.
I have a feeling he may be like another of those like characters, kind of like Brains and Willie.
Wheelie's coming back.
I know. I like Willie. I know a lot of people don't, but I like Willie personally. Brains came back in the last one, and I wonder if Brains is going to be back in this one too.
He might be. He might be. If he is back, I will full well accept him because he's fucking Brains.
Like a little Einstein.
Exactly. And overall, and another thing I want to, like, this isn't something I draw issue with, but I kind of just want to bring it up. Entirely because of the fact that I feel it needs to be brought up. What the fuck is Barricade doing here?
How many times has Barricade been in a movie and then supposedly like killed? Because like I know he was in the first one and then he got his ass whooped and he ran away.
Yeah, it's that. Like, he didn't even show up in the second movie. And he gets shot to pieces in the third one. Why is he here?
Like now, did he still live despite, you know, him?
Here's my thing with that though. Because we have been seeing a character or another truck that's supposed to be like this massive like junk truck.
Mm-hmm.
Is sitting here immediately pegging it as Redgar. I highly doubt that's it because we're supposed to be getting a character that is quote unquote a creator. So what I'm thinking is gonna happen is to kind of prove he's legit. He's going to throw a whole bunch of, like, he's going to start pulling shit out of his fucking backpack. He's going to put it all together, snap his fingers, and then bam, he's got Squeaks. I think he's going to do the same thing with Barricade, not really realizing that he's the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just at this rate, there's so much that's being shown right now that, like, it's hard to really comprehend what's going on.
I'm just still mad with Transformers because they killed Ratchet. They killed Ratchet.
Moment of silence. Moment of silence.
Oh, shit.
Actually, I don't fuck Ratchet. A moment of silence for Ironhide.
Yes.
What do you mean?
For Ironhide and Ratchet, because those two are some of my favorites. And then Sideswipe, like, I know he was killed off in the comics, but still, they don't even mention poor Sideswipe, except when he was on those cards in the movie.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if somehow he actually survived, and he shows up as the original, as his original vehicle mode.
Like Red.
Like, I will fucking die if that actually happens, and he shows up in his original fucking...
With Sunny,
vehicle mode,
like
and we see him transform, and he actually looks like his original robot mode. Like, if that actually somehow makes it into the films, I will literally walk right up to Michael Bay and be like, "You earned my respect. Like, just you've earned my respect. Thank you."
And I would her with his brother. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And then, okay, now give me his brother.
Because I would love to see Sunny's as in a movie, because we all know grumpy Sunshine over there.
Yeah. And like, something very funny, when Reddollcosplay was in production, Sideswipe was actually originally supposed to be Stinger. They were originally going to name him Stinger. Name actually got to be used because Stinger showed up. At least I believe his name was Stinger in Age of Extinction. He was the red. He was the red evil Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee kicked his ass.
Well, yeah, B kicked his ass. Like B, as much as I hate you, you were badass when you were whipping his ass.
Yes, yes, he was. He was also mad too because they were trying to say this thing was better than him, and so he's just like, "Oh hell no!"
Exactly, he's in there. Really, really talking mad shit over here.
Like, I was annoyed with Bumblebee from like the rest of the movies, but I kind of like grew to love him again after Age of Extinction.
That's because he wasn't so prominent. He wasn't like the main robot you saw on screen
all the time.
That's why Age of Extinction is held so high with me.
Yeah, because like first movie, it's like Bumblebee. Second movie, kind of a lot of Bumblebee. Dark of the Moon.
Third movie, egregious amounts of Bumblebee. Bumblebee, 5 fucking minutes every time. You can't give us 5 minutes without fucking Bumblebee. In the Age of Extinction, they finally went, oh, hey, we should tone down Bumblebee. Thank you.
Oh, you think?
Oh, thank you. Like, literally, I was sitting there, bro, thank you. Like, somebody listen, thank you. And because of the whole thing with Bumblebee not getting so much fucking screen time, we actually got other characters.
Like, I wish Sideswipe or some of, the other characters, like Ratchet and Ironhide, would have had more time on screen.
Yeah, and that, like, just honestly, that pissed me off. There's so many other characters that deserve the fucking spotlight
like,
we took.
Did Joel from Revenge of the Fallen even get a line?
No, he didn't. He wasn't even supposed to be in the film. He was thrown in last second.
I mean, I would have liked to get to know the guy, I know he was like a dramatic with Ratchet. But...
Exactly. And that's why I feel Age of Extinction stands tall over why I feel it stands tall over the first one. Because the first one was very Bumblebee heavy as well. Whereas Age of Extinction, yeah, it had its faults, but we actually could get along. Like, we could actually get character development with some of the other robots.
Yeah. Just like there were so many characters that, deserved a little bit of spotlight. Like, in Dark of the Moon, I mean, Ironhide, you see Ironhide for a little bit, and he gets one kind of semi-badass scene before he's off. I mean, wasn't even that great of, like,
I wouldn't be so pissed about Ironhide's death if he actually went out fighting.
He went out like a bitch, and that pisses me off, because Ironhide is no bitch.
Exactly. Anybody who knows Ironhide knows he ain't a little fucking bitch.
No.
The way they killed him made him look like a little bitch. What?
I mean, he deserved to go out swinging.
Exactly. Give me an if you're going to kill off Ironhide in the films, it's like, just straight up, if you, for whatever reason, decided you were going to redo all these movies and you were going to redo Ironhide's death scene, make sure he goes down swinging. Please.
Like, to me, I feel like, the way he just kind of fell to the ground, I realized the comic Rust was eating at him, but I felt like he would have been like, oh, you gonna shoot me with this stuff?
Oh, you gonna shoot me, bitch? Guess what?
Okay.
Double firepower, bitch. Really?
He would have went down,
Like, it's fucking Ironhide. Like, if it, I'm sorry, but if it would have been Prowl, or Bumblebee, or hell, maybe even Optimus, I could full well understand how they would just drop.
Yeah.
I can full well understand how they would just drop.
But
Ironhide!
Like better.
Not fucking Ironhide! Ironhide would literally, like Ironhide would be like Black Panther getting shot at and just turn around. The fuck you doing?
Like, I feel like, though, it's eating at him quickly, I'm sure he would have fired a few rounds before, he was just a pile of dust.
Exactly. Like, let him fire off a couple rounds. Let him fight back.
not just accept it and plead like he was. He just came across like a bitch, and it hurts me because anyone who's
Ironhide was the Autobot badass of the film.
Yes, I mean,
like, just why?
He deserved a lot more screen time, and like, I get Ratchet was a medic, but his grumpy ass, I'm sure, like.
Yeah, Ratchet should have showed up more. Sideswipe definitely should have been in them more.
Yeah.
Because if you remember the comics, Sideswipe was bad fucking ass.
Yes, he was.
And in the comics, Dino, who barely fucking showed up in the fucking films.
Wasn't he?
In the comics, he was one of Shockwave's assassins. So you can already tell. Badass motherfucker.
Which isn't Dino like? So wasn't he supposed to be like Mirage or something?
He was supposed to be Mirage, yes. And I still poke at TFA for this all the fucking time. Because whenever we bring up Dark to the Moon and I go Dino, because that's what they called him in the movie, he says, I goes, no, it's Mirage. It's like, dude.
His name is Dino in the movie and may have supposed to.
Exactly. They called him Dino in the movie. You can get over yourself.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, TFA, Ultra Prime. If you see a comment in my I will share the video with you when it's all uploaded.
Yeah.
If you see a comment from him saying, "No, Optimus Maximus," you'll know why. You'll know why. You'll know exactly why. That's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Anyways, finally getting back on track. What I'm actually looking forward to is actually seeing some of the new robot designs, because Hound's getting an overhaul. Crosshairs is making a comeback. Hey, kiddo.
And isn't Drift coming back too?
Yeah, I believe Drift is coming back as well. Bumblebee's getting a new car mode. Yeah, whatever.
It's pretty.
And bringing up something, when they were showing off the quote unquote posters for the last night, at the beginning they showed the face of Optimus, where it was like mostly grayed out with some blue and red, like sort of splattered in random spots. Mm-hmm. And then they showed the eyes as purple. That's got my mind boggled a little bit, and I kind of have a theory for that. Even though I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen, my theory is we are finally going to get our first legitimate live-action movie version of Nemesis Prime.
That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. Like, I was unsettled at first when I first saw the poster, and I'm just like, I see purple optics. I'm like, what? No? But then I was just like, wait a minute.
That's like, I see what you did there.
I see what you did.
Yeah, and then they fucking show us the new Megatron.
No. I don't like it personally, but I'm gonna chill and wait till I see what they do with the movie. Then I'll bitch about it.
See, no. I'm gonna bitch about it now. Why the fuck does he look like an orc? Like, just answer me this. Like, literally, if Megatron and Shrek had a fucking, like, I'm having a hard time even saying this. But if Megatron and Shrek had a love child, that's what it would look like. Like, literally, this motherfucker looks like an ogre. Why?
You're in my soul now.
Like, literally, that face does not say Decepticons transform and rise up. That face says, who disturbs my slumber? Like, dude. Like, just, bro, come on, really? But yeah.
Like Buckethead Megatron. I mean, like G1. Come on.
I want Buckethead Megatron, but at the same time, can you imagine how fucking stupid it will look on the screen?
True. True. But still, I would kind of giggle.
Like, I would giggle a little bit, but then I'd be like, yes! Buckethead! Buckethead!
I mean, I would prefer more of a G1 Starscream than this flying Dorito Doom that we got. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Give me a minute. Give me a minute.
He's like sitting here laughing his ass off. I mean, I could have said squeaky Darth Vader. I mean, if you don't like flying Dorito Doom, I could have been like squeaky Darth Vader.
No, more like motherfucker. It sounds like he smokes 40 packs of cigarettes a fucking day. Within the hour.
Yeah, you got a point.
But with all this said, like with everything that we've been getting with the movies so far, as much as I want to complain, I also full well understand we're 5 movies in at this point. We really shouldn't be sitting here expecting anything different.
True.
Like, I'm not fully expecting a total overhaul. I'm not expecting full-blown reboots. I'm not expecting anything. Another movie.
Yeah.
Now, most others would agree, or most others would disagree, but, you know, to each their own.
Exactly.
Like, at this point, I'm not gonna argue with the G-Winers. I'm not. There's no point in it.
Oh. Much to learn, my God.
But either way, with everything that we have talked about with the last night so far, I've done most of the talking. Let's hear what you have to say.
Say I don't know if I have anything to say. I kind of give my opinion as we win, so.
Fair enough.
You know, I don't talk a whole lot unless I'm hyper.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah?
You're a cosplayer and such, right?
Yes.
Do you, like, I realize you're a procrastinator and all that.
Queen of
But, like, do you have a specific cosplay planned for your next convention?
Not usually. I usually have a list of cosplays I want to do. And then for certain conventions, I'm just sitting there just being like, yeah, I would love to do so-and-so. And then I get this random idea for a costume that's going to, usually if I sat down and took my time with weeks, and I'm just like, I'm going to make it the night before and get no sleep. That's what I'm going to do. And that's what happens.
Yeah, you know what? I'm revoking my job as one of your cosplay heroes, and I'm taking over as your manager.
Hey, but when I do that, they turn out looking pretty damn awesome, so.
I'm definitely give you that.
Yeah, give me that. Like, for my next convention, I've suddenly realized I like really comfortable cosplays, like something that I can just put on and not be in any sort of way uncomfortable, like my Scarlet Witch. That one, it was really fun to do. Mainly when you have Magneto shout across the room, "Go, daughter!" And I turn around and I see him. He's just like, "Come to your father," and I'm just like, "Huh?" And then
I was like, okay.
And then you're sitting there and you're looking for Pietro, and you look down and you see your brother laying on the floor, and it's just sad.
Y'all motherfuckers do the funniest shit, I swear to God.
And then one of my next future cosplays is going to be a comfortable one, is Jessica Jones. And so I'm looking for that.
We were talking about this like how long ago where you kept saying, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. And then like a week later, I'm going to do it. It's like, really?
But that is me. I do go, oh, I'm not going to do that character. I don't want to do that character. I've been, I was going to do Harley Quinn for so long. And now I do Harley. Just
yeah, but at the same time, I can kind of testify there because for the longest time I said, I will never cosplay. Guess what I'm showing up the Wizard World as?
The Punisher.
The Punisher, exactly.
I mean,
at least that's the plan.
Like, I've been saying I'm gonna do Hawk Girl. I'm going to do her. It's just taking a lot longer than I anticipated.
Procrastination.
No, it's not on my part. I have a friend who's a prop builder, and he's helping me with the wings, because the wings are going to be motorized. They're going to go up and down and fold back and flap.
Okay, that's fucking awesome.
Thank you. It's my big cosplay project, like my first big jaw dropper.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. Like, if I actually get to see that in person, I will die.
And my mace will light up, and it will like have a zappy noise, and because you know her nth metal mace, it has like electricity in it. So we thought about putting like a little buzz shocker in it, so I can like stick it up to people and it would actually shock them. But I was just like, I would have too much fun with that. Let's not do that.
Exactly.
And so we're getting really technical with it, and it's going to take 1,200 years to feather those wings, because the wingspan is going to be 6 foot on both sides.
That is going to be heavy as hell, too.
Yeah, I'm going to have a 3-piece harness, 1 or 4-piece. I may have like 1 long piece that goes down my spine, and it wraps around my like waist, my hips, waist, whatever.
Gotcha.
And then ones that go over. Oh no, one that goes like around my hips, one that goes like under the bust, around the shoulders. But I'm going to have to make the harness, you know, kind of go with the costume too, which I was going to go for a very Egyptian priestess type feel. That may change now because of the way the harness may have to be. And so.
Yeah.
I mean, I
now
decorate the harness with like golden chains and stuff like that to match.
That would look good. I definitely think that would look really good.
And so, I don't know. I'm going to wait for the wings to get done before I finish the costume, because I can have a costume made in one night, so. So, wings.
Yeah, quick question about that whole thing. Kind of moving into like an interview mode type deal. As a cosplayer, have you ever caught yourself like actually drawing out what like the design for your costume as far as what's gonna look like?
I can't draw a stick figure, right? So it's more of a mental drawing.
Well, yeah, like, I'm saying like in like the envisioning of what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, usually the first thing I think of, it never looks like that. What I picture. It usually changes several times. Like my Wonder Woman cosplay, that has changed 3 or 4 times. I have redone Ivy 5 or 6 times. Still not happy with it. It's getting there though.
Exactly, it's getting there.
It's getting there.
Yeah. Punisher was more of a recent idea for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know specifically from you wanted to see me as Superman, which is not happening. I know you said that.
All fingers pointing right at here. But yeah, I've also heard other people say I should do the Red Hood. You know, Jason Todd, Red Hood. You know, like just I've heard a lot of people tell me I should do so many characters, and but another one that really kind of stuck to me was Gohan from DBZ.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, like I kind of find myself every now and again walking up to the mirror and kind of futzing with my hair to see how I would pull off adult Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and every now and again I kind of look at a sketch pad and I kind of sketch out how I want my Punisher to look.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact at some point I want to make, like, I already know for a fact at some point I gotta make Vice's suit.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, eventually I'm gonna make those movies. But I gotta start with the Night Shadow costume. And at some point, if I do go to a convention, I'm gonna show it off at the convention and be like, hey, this is gonna show up in a movie. What do you think? Should I make changes to it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like I full well understand that there's a massive there's a process behind actually building the costumes.
Yeah. For different people, the process is different.
Exactly, and like no one handles things the exact same way. Because I mean, like right now, like if I just flip this around real quick, kind of splicking my hair up a little bit, because within seconds I could do the adult Gohan look. Down and like, you know, all of a sudden, bam, there it is. Like it's just kind of quickly done, but you know, you get the idea. Like I'm a beginner at this, so I know. So I'm mostly doing characters I know I can do.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you can already tell I'm starting on the Punisher cosplay because I shaved off my goatee.
Mm-hmm.
Last couple of videos I was feet. I showed my face and the goatee was there.
Yeah.
So immediately people are gonna look like some people who know me personally are gonna look at me and be like,
"Who's this guy?
Who is this human being that is walking my way?" Hey, you guys. Oh, hey! Didn't even recognize you without all that fur. But yeah, and also, kind of a stupid question here. Are you a collector in any way, shape, or form?
I used to be really heavy into collecting like Transformers figures, but I stopped with that since I moved in my new house, which has been like 5 or 6 years ago, and I gave pretty much all of my collection away. And I do collect. Now I'm big into collecting Power Ranger morphers. That's my thing, because since I go to conventions and you know I'm getting invited as guests, I get to meet the Power Ranger guys, and I'm friends with some of them. So I get to meet them, and I'm just like, great. And they're just like, oh, we can get you a deal for a morpher for like nothing. And I'm just like, I love you guys. Thank you. Oh, that's not nice, John.
When have you known me to be nice?
I'm nice.
Yeah, we'll call bullshit on there right now. All right, well.
No. Cat. There's a cat.
I'm gonna go take care of that. So, anyways, I mostly got like updates and shit like that I mostly got to go into. Evolutions is very slowly kicking off. I'm still writing scripts and such.
It's a cat.
Still stuck on. Yeah, it's a kitty. I have a cat too. You want to see him?
Yeah.
You want to see him?
Yeah.
See? There you go. That face of disappointment. That like just that face of disappointment. Which, if you really want to go there, for all intents and purposes, I have like 3 different cats.
Wow.
But anyways, is there anything that you've always wanted to know about me? Like I get these questions a lot actually.
Dwarves or elves?
I'm gonna have to cheat and say both.
I'm elf.
I'm gonna have to say both on that because they're both equally as badass, at least to me.
Yeah, they are.
Like if you gave me somebody who was part dwarf, part elf, where they got all the physical strength and the ridiculous like accuracy, like I would be like deadly on the battlefield.
Just like have a Legolas and Gimli love child.
Well, I'll put my goatee back on. I'll be set. You want that? I should probably do that. Look at you giving me ideas. Oh my god. The stupid shit that we talk. Okay, anything else? Like on the real?
Not that I can think of. It would take me like 20 years to think of something.
Watch, we're gonna set off. You're gonna be like, "Oh yeah!" Oh.
No. Mm-mm.
Well, in that case, I actually do have a question that was recently asked of me by a fellow subscriber. How long have I been a part of YouTube? I have been I'm not exactly fully active, but I've been an active tuber for about 6 years. So you, like, for all intents and purposes, you can say I'm a veteran when it comes to the YouTube deal.
I know nothing of YouTube. I think I put like two videos up one time. One time of my friend stuck in mud because it was hilarious for cursing up a storm. And a Q&A I did one time. That's it.
Yeah, see, I've always been wanting to do Q&As, except people never actually ask the questions. And yet, whenever I do like a video review or something, I get like 50 comments, all questions. And not the figure I'm reviewing. It's like,
Always have that one person who sends me like a question sheet form thing that has like 30 to 40 questions on it, and I'm just like, oh my god, no, why?
and it's like they're sitting there wondering what the hell are you? Like you're sitting there like, what the hell? Like one, why did you give this to me? Two, how the hell did you have time to write this?
I don't know, like they message it to me and they're just like, if you wanted to answer questions, here's questions. Like a video I did on my cosplay page a couple days ago. They sent me like 31 questions and I'm just like,
Yeah, because I mean, I bounce around every now and again, like video wise, as far as what I do, because sometimes I branch into more cosplays than reviews, and sometimes I do more reviews than podcasts.
Yeah.
And like I just bounce around, and like I can already tell adding stop motion to the already kind of growing amount of content I'm putting up, that is going to be a bitch. Especially because I know how I am with my videos. I am a stickler with how I want them done.
Yeah.
Like I have a very set formula as to how I do my videos, and I try like hell to stick to that formula. And most times that formula has worked out for me. Most times, not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I talk like I'm popular on YouTube when I know for a fact I'm not. Like literally, like somebody can walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, do you know who BC is?" And they'll look at them and be like, "Who the fuck is BC? Who the fuck is this YouTube person you're talking about? Who is this BC you speak of?
Who is this? What's that?
Who is this BC you speak of?" And I'm sitting in the corner. I get no recognition. But yeah, with all that said, I think that will just about do it, unless there's something you want to say or possibly go into that we actually kind of just brushed over and really didn't talk about.
Not that I can think of.
At least not right now.
No, give me like 10 minutes after we end this, and I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that, did we? Shit. But yeah, overall, I'm going to be doing the I'm going to be filming Evolution soon because I actually finally got an animator who's going to do it. So as soon as I get season 2's ending movie written out, I'm going to start filming for the first episode, and then I will send the footage over to him and he will work his magic. So bearing all this in mind, I'm gonna cut this video. So yeah, if you have like a specific sign out that you have, go ahead and say it. Or if you just want to say bye, then just say bye. Whatever. No pressure.
Bye.
That was completely anticlimactic. I don't know how to respond to that. But anyways, that was Red Doll Cosplay. It's been BC. This is BC saying stay nerdy and get your geek on, and I will catch you all later.